Yo, what's up guys? This is Dad with T-Digitech, and today we're talking about Uncharted 4 Thief's End. I'm super excited. This is one of my new favorite games of all time, and I really think you should pick it up. These are the top 10 reasons you should buy it right now. Also, this is a spoiler-free review, so fear not. So, number 10, the gameplay is fresh and feels so unlike yet familiar to the previous Uncharted games. Its controls are much more fluid and responsive to your actions, plus the enemy takedowns are a blast and completely bring you into the game. Also, this new grappling hook is incredibly freaking fresh and sweet. It's seriously my favorite new addition to the franchise, and I can't believe they didn't have it in the previous games. Now, out of all the Uncharted games, this one does step up the drama and storytelling several extra notches. They've perfected the gameplay, and also the shooting, which had always been underwhelming, is now a lot more sharp. Everything is incredibly fluid, with the action set pieces and puzzles being even better than what came before. Some amazing dialogue and motion capture make this the most personal and emotional Nathan Drake game yet. It also has some of the wittiest dialogue from the franchise.
I'm feeling it. You feeling it? Because I'm definitely feeling it.
Plus, it's pretty cool. The cutscenes bring over your weapons from your game, which is amazing, so that you're not brought out of the gameplay. Nolan North does it yet again as Nathan Drake, but my biggest surprise was how much I ended up liking Nathan's brother Sam just as much. Voiced by Trey Baker, who is famous for Metal Gear, Far Cry, and The Last of Us, he brought on such a unique and charming character. I'd really like to see a spin-off just maybe about his origin story. The bad guy Raph, played by the fairly unknown Warren Cole, brings on the best evil we've seen in Uncharted so far. His intentions aren't only based on that of a maniac, and seeing his progression from start to finish is really a payoff.
Jesus.
That's that.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
You want to find out?
I'm replaying it now, and I'm still shocked how the acting is unrivaled in a video game. I would even call it on par with some of TV's and movies' best acting and storytelling today.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
So, number 8 is that Naughty Dog is offering us free DLC, which is pretty cool, with free multiplayer bonuses, maps and weapons, vanity items and boosters, amongst other things. And on top of that, there's going to be free single-player content and finally some really cool co-op availability coming this autumn. After all that said, I really think that EA needs to take a hint because this is just too good to pass up. What is a good adventure game without an awesome driving scene? Forget climbing along the edges of a mountain cliff, it's time to scale the entire mountain in a muck-chucking Jeep. Also, there's one mission that feels enormous and approachable, but that's thanks to smooth yet burly driving mechanics, but also fun to drift in mud pools and rev the vehicle up steep cliffs. There's also one intense chase action section that is a blast. You're just thrown into it and you keep smiling the entire time. So at the opening of the game, we are treated as something extremely nostalgic that might be hinting at something in Naughty Dog's potential future. On top of that, Uncharted 4 is chocked with hidden Easter eggs and hints towards previous games in the series. Just like previous Uncharted games, you can find strange relics in this one. These treasures are awesome nods to the other properties, and there are also a ton of other treasures to collect throughout the campaign. The final boss battle in this game is the best in the series. I don't care what anybody else says, and I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's incredible. You get this insanely visual and narrative fight sequence, and it gives you a significant amount of control. I really can't imagine a better way to incorporate that amount of cinematic flair with as much control as you're actually given. It's kind of like a quick time event, but with some really creative design that manages to blend perfect action with narrative. Raph is by far the best and most complex villain of the Uncharted series because he's not driven by getting rich, instead he wants the glory. And the ending is just perfect, I can't say anything more. Now, one of my biggest complaints about the previous Uncharted games is that the puzzles were all too complex and could be quite frustrating. Instead, Naughty Dog chose to go with a more suitable route for players during the puzzle challenges in A Thief's End. They aren't frustrating or confusing, and can oftentimes be finished within a few minutes. And this was great for me, and great for those who aren't necessarily looking for a puzzle game, but want a brief break from shooting and traversing gameplay. Multiplayer is frickin' amazing. Honestly, I wasn't going to go into Uncharted with any intentions to play the multiplayer at all, but I took a chance after I completed the campaign, and I was really surprised. Its structure is so fine-tuned that learning the basics comes with complete ease. Even with playing new games like Doom and Overwatch, I still go back to Uncharted 4's multiplayer for its comfort and adventure matchmaking. And maybe that's why I like it most. For me, it's the perfect blend of pace, shooting, and action. Also, you are treated to previous Uncharted characters from other games that you can play as, and it's an awesome nod that Naughty Dog has brought in. And so far we have 3 modes. Team Deathmatch, which is a fight to the end with teammates at your side. Command, which is basically just capture zones to earn points for your team's score. And Idle is where you bring the idol back to the base. It's probably the weakest out of the 3, but I still occasionally have fun with it, and it's a nice break from the other 2. Now, although there are paid microtransactions, the gameplay and progression isn't gated through them, so you can ignore them if you choose. But like I said, there's also going to be free DLC this summer through spring of 2017, and this is primarily going to be updating multiplayer features. It's one of the first games of its kind this day and age that is offering a lot of its content for free after release. This game is the perfect example of optimization. Hands down some of the best graphics and physics I've personally seen in a game. You've probably seen videos, but trust me, this game looks beautiful. Especially rain. I've never seen better and more texturized rain in a video game. It really shows off the PS4's capabilities and how advanced the technology and techniques that Naughty Dog used. Compared to other Uncharted games, this wins hands down.
Holy shit. Yeah. You good? Yeah.
Also, photo mode is a complete blast. If you're a photographer like myself, you will also really enjoy the modifications you can adjust with this mode. And accessing it is as quick as pushing down on both joysticks. And I was pretty much able to get creative shots with the field of view and zoom levels to achieve some truly gorgeous shots. All it takes is a little bit of patience. Now, let's just hope they don't screw up the Uncharted movie. I'd be up for a CGI animated movie or whatever they did here, but in all honesty, this game is a frickin' movie.
Out. Whoa. Jesus.
Uncharted 4, simply put, brings back the joy in video games. Its final end scene is pivotal to the entity of the franchise, and there are so many feel-good moments that makes this an immediate pickup. They up the action and the story of the previous games, and ultimately, Uncharted 2 has been dethroned. With that said, even if you haven't played the other Uncharted games, this one is a must have. You can disagree with me if you want, but this is as good as Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, if not better. Actually, you know what? It's better. Sorry, Naughty Dog has outdone themselves. Its storytelling is so incredibly powerful and makes me feel like I'm playing inside a Hollywood blockbuster. If this truly is the end of Nathan Drake, then I can die happy. There hasn't been a better game that I can think of in the past few years. It's an emotional journey that takes you along for one of the most amazing adventures since Indiana Jones. If you own a PS4, you should have picked this up yesterday.